Thursday night football. Raiders getting 9.5 at the Broncos. Get to your phone calls coming up. Are we going to play the J.J. Watt game before we bring on J.J. Watt, Paulie?
We have to play it and have him give the answer.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Do you have music, Marvin?
Okay.
Okay. The game is total number of surgeries during J.J. Watt's football career. Total number. I know the answer, so I can't give it out. But, Dan, you're going to go last. Fritzy?
I'm going to go with my favorite number of 11.
Marvin?
18.
Seton?
15.
Dan?
9.
Procedures count, so it's total number of surgeries and procedures.
Oh, okay.
See, hold on now.
Yeah,
I feel like we just added procedures.
Yeah.
You were saying surgeries,
Well,
now it's surgeries and procedures.
Yeah.
Tough guys don't have procedures.
That's
They have
illegal
surgery.
procedure on your part right there.
Let's bring in the guest.
All right, let's bring in J.J. Watt. How many surgeries and procedures did you have while you were playing?
Well, I got a few questions before I even answer that. How does Paulie know the answer? Because I don't have the answer.
That's what I do here.
Okay.
I don't have you can't possibly have the answer because I mean there's a few reasons why you can't, but it's significant. What number do you have, Paulie?
I have 9 without breaking any HIPAA laws.
Way more than that.
Okay. Did you hide some procedures and surgeries? Is that what you're saying?
No, not hidden, but like there'd be a scope in the off season that's not reported anywhere that nobody ever knows about, like that just because it's in the middle of the off season.
What would you guess?
I mean, if you're talking like depends on what you consider a procedure. Like obviously, like I don't think like PRP shots and things like that are procedures.
No.
But I mean, actually going into my body, it's definitely double digits.
Maybe like 15.
Yeah, I mean, it's brutal. I mean, I have a picture on my phone still of when I broke my leg and they opened it up. And I don't know why they showed me that picture. I don't know why they sent it to me. But when you can look inside and see your own bone and see all the vessels and everything and your muscles, it'll make you squirmish.
Damn. Okay, but you kept it. It's on your phone, so...
Yeah, I mean, it's a badass picture, Dan.
Can you hold it up and show us?
No, I literally don't know if it would be allowed on television. It's a gaping hole about that big because they take it and they put calipers on it and they spread your leg apart and then they have to get down to the bone. And so my bone was it was shattered. So it was just dozens of pieces. So they stick this huge metal plate up against it and put 9 screws in there. And it's still in there today.
I'm wondering, your Hall of Fame bust, can we do the one where you got blood coming down your nose?
I hope so. That would be cool.
Now, do you have any control, any say in when you go in, what your bust looks like?
I have no idea. I have no idea how any of that works. I don't know how all that works.
I think Peyton Manning had forehead approval.
Yeah, like I assume you got to be able to pick your picture, right? But you can't. I don't think you can have accessories, and I feel like blood would be an accessory.
All right, we have a poll question. Whose career would you want, yours or Clayton Kershaw's? He joins us later.
He won championships.
Yeah.
He won championships. I go with Clayton.
You would go with Clayton?
Yeah.
Okay, let's take...
There's 3, right?
Yeah. Let's take away titles.
Okay. Well, then what are you comparing? Because he did it for a really long time at a really, really high level.
Yeah.
So you would probably say doing it longer is better. Baseball is a very long season, 162 games. You're on the road away from family a lot. Part of the reason I retired was to be by family. So he's probably made, baseball, he's probably made $250 million at least.
He's made $320.
Oh, yeah, nice. But he probably hasn't had double-digit surgeries either, so that's a plus.
I opened the show talking about this Kyler Murray situation because I'm baffled by this, that it doesn't feel like he's your franchise quarterback too much longer there in Arizona. Now he's on the IR. Let me just start with that question. How much does the player have to say or input of going on the IR or not going on an IR?
I would say they have some say because IR is like, can you play or not? I mean, there's situations early in the year in training camp where you stash guys and things like that. But I mean, especially in today's world where you can come back off the IR after 4 weeks, it's there's a part of that conversation is, are you going to be good in 4 weeks or not, or are you going to be good in less than 4 weeks?
Okay, what do you think is going on with the Cardinals and Kyler Murray?
I mean, just literally looking at it from an outside. First of all, I couldn't watch the game on Monday night, so I don't know what that game looked like. But it sounds like Jacoby played pretty well. Um, but I mean, it seems like from what I've seen, what I've read, that they are comfortable with Brissett playing quarterback and operating the offense.
Yeah, but you got a backup making $45 million.
Atlanta does.
Yeah, but that's awkward too.
I mean, there's a lot of awkward stuff in the NFL. There's a whole lot of awkward stuff in the NFL. I mean, I think that they're also probably a coaching staff who feels some pressure. Like at some point, you got to win football games. It can't be purely potential for a coaching staff before you're the one on the way out. So it becomes, how do we win football games right now? And what do I think as my job on the line? You know how it is. And it's a cover your ass society in this business. And you have to find a way to win football games or you're going to be out the door. And whatever that takes. I mean, there's situations all over the league where coaches are trying to do and GMs are trying to do whatever's best to keep them in that seat the longest.
We're talking to J.J. Watt. He'll be on the booth. The Jags and Texans, that's at 1 Eastern on CBS. You were there for the Colts and the Steelers. What stood out with the Colts that would make you still believe that they are going to be there at the end of the season?
I mean, they fought back all the way to the end. I mean, they had an onside kick, which we all know is not a real chance, but they fought it back all the way to the end. And even with 6 takeaways, they were within the potential of 1 score at the end of the game. So that fight and drive was there. It's their first true punch in the mouth. And it didn't go well. I mean, 6 takeaways and everything that came along with it. You muff a punt, and they just ran into a bit of a buzzsaw on that day. And I watch their offense, and the thing I see with their offense is when they are on schedule and when they are doing what they do best, which is first down success leading to a very efficient drive, they're unbelievable and so hard to stop. That game starts to put just the slightest question in you of, okay, if they aren't on schedule, which for most teams is difficult, and they have to drop back and teams kind of just are going one-dimensional at them, can they do that? And that's what we'll have to see going forward. If another team has a chance to punch them in the mouth and shut that run game down the way the Steelers did, can they pass their way out of it?
How's it been broadcasting a game in which your brother's playing in?
It's been, honestly, it's not nearly as bad as I think people think it would be. It's a job. Like it's a job. You're up there, and I know how to be professional. I know how to do my job. I'll talk to him before the game. I talk to him after the game. But during the game, like Ian handles the play-by-play anyway, so I have like a 3 or 4 second buffer when he makes a strip sack fumble, where Ian is doing his job really well, and then I break down the play. And I from the fan reaction, I'm very appreciative of all the opposing fans who have been so kind, because I have consciously tried to keep it extremely unbiased.
The difference, and I think I know the answer, but going out to a game as opposed to being in studio.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, like I miss the guys in the studio, but I love being in the stadium. I love the adrenaline. I love the atmosphere. I love the unpredictability of you're calling the game as it happens, so you need to be on your toes. It's much more kind of challenging for me, and it also during the week is much more like being a player. You're watching more film, deeper, talking to coordinators. I really like that.
Yeah, that's what I told Drew Brees, because he was going to be in studio with Football Night in America. And I said, you got to be ready for it, because there's no energy there. When you go to a game, there's energy. Mm-hmm. Like it's tangible when you're like, I feel this. Like that's as close as you'll get to playing again. And now I just saw where Drew is going to be an analyst being out on the road with Fox. But that energy, that's as close as you can replicate it to actually playing in a game.
Yeah, and like you said, like for athletes who have been in it before, it tricks you into getting back into that mindset where you can get as close to that flow state as possible, where you're just letting your instincts and everything take over. Whereas kind of like you said, in the studio, you have to manufacture it for yourself a little bit more to get it going.
Best team you've seen this year is who?
When the Colts offense is humming, the Colts offense for sure. I would team as a whole. The Rams is very good. We saw the Rams early on. The Rams are very good. And again, this is just teams that I've called this year. We haven't called some of the others. But that Colts offense, man, we watched them against the Chargers, and it was play at will. Like Tyler Warren running wide open, Jonathan Taylor running down. They got Alec Pierce going. Like that offense, when it is at its best, is unstoppable.
You know, some people looked at the Jets and said they did great at the trade deadline. What do you think when you unload a couple of star players?
I think they got a good haul for what they gave away. I think it's the question of what are they going to do with that and what gives you confidence in that, because you gave away young players that you drafted with a very similar haul that you just got. So, you know, I love seeing the graphic that people just put out where like the last time they had those 3 first-round picks, it was, you know, Breece Hall, I think saw it like, and you're like, okay, so you're giving away young, talented players to hopefully find more young, talented players.
Yeah.
I just don't know what the plan is there and where the confidence should come in finding that success.
Yeah, that's what would make me nervous is when, you know, fans will say, we got all these draft picks. And I say, well, who's drafting? Because that's really the key. And your goal is to find players like Sauce Gardner and Quinnen Williams, isn't it?
Yes, that's my thing. Is like you can have all the draft picks in the world. A Sauce Gardner and a Quinnen Williams, those are hard to hit on. And you had 2 of them in your building. And now you're going to have to go out and replicate it. But it goes very back to our conversation from earlier. A GM can come in and say, those weren't my guys. Now you got to give me time to get my guys. Give me these draft picks, and you start. Now, maybe they do it. Maybe it works incredibly well, but it's extremely hard to hit in the draft.
Is there a quarterback you didn't get that you've seen when you've gone to a game?
What do you mean?
Sacked.
Oh, Pat. I never sacked Pat Mahomes. So, yeah.
Does he remind you of that?
I saw him last summer and we talked about it a little bit, but no, he's good, man. He's good. Tom likes to say that I never got him. We've had this conversation 100 times, but I got him in the playoffs. It just doesn't count as an official sack.
What about Rodgers?
I got Rodgers twice in one game. I did the belt celebration after the first one, and he threw 6 touchdowns over my head. So that was a mistake.
Who talked the most out of Mahomes, Brady, and Aaron Rodgers?
Not a ton of talking. Rodgers a little bit. Brady, if you got him fired up, like you get him fired up. Pat didn't talk a whole lot. Now Andrew Luck talked a lot, but that was just nice. Like we would just have full blown conversations, just literal. Like
did it sound like this?
Oh, you're a great defensive end. High motor. Oh.
Yeah, what a hit, JJ. What a hit. Nice hit. Jeez, man. Like,
well, he had a defensive mentality to playing offense, it felt like.
He was the best, man. I loved playing Andrew. Like, literally had the most respect for him. Hit him probably harder than I've hit anybody else besides Ryan Fitzpatrick, and every time he popped back up.
What happened to Ryan Fitzpatrick?
I had a game where I think I had 15 quarterback hits, 0 sacks, and I was just laying the hammer time after time after time. And they were on a 2-minute drive at the end of the game. And I swear I hit him 4 times in a row, 4 knockdowns. Every time I was like, that's it. He's not getting back up. And every time he popped back up. So we eventually were teammates after that. And I shared those stories. And I don't know what it is, but that man, he's got some juice to his game. I love Fitz.
Well, I remember Michael Strahan was telling me he had so much respect for Tom Brady when they hit him in that like they dominated that Super Bowl, that defensive line. He said, we hit him every time. He said he never complained. He complained about his offensive line, but he never said, he would just say good hit and get back up. But is that more frustrating if a quarterback goes, hey, good hit, and he pops back up?
No, because I don't want him to be hurt. Like that's like a common misconception. But it's more frustrating to me when he looks at the ref for a flag because that does work. Like the ref will eventually throw that flag. So I don't want, like, I can't stand it when they just, I love it. I would respect a quarterback when he just pops up and he appreciates that this is a violent game.
Okay, but do you say, like, stop being a wuss?
No, you got to be a real punk to get me to say something like that. Like there's some young kids, there are a couple of young kids who later in my career I'd hit them and they would whine and I'd be like, you don't have the right to whine here, man.
How's your soccer team?
We're doing good, man. We're doing good. Espanyol's doing really well. We're in 6th in La Liga, and Burnley's currently out of the relegation zone in the Premier League. Big match coming up this weekend, so a lot of fun.
Is your son going to play football or soccer?
We're definitely going to have him in soccer to start because of the ball skills and the agility. But I mean, let's be honest here, Dan. He's in the 99th percentile for height and weight. He's not going to have the endurance to be out there running around for 90 minutes on a pitch. He's a big boy.
Is he bench pressing?
He does wheelbarrow walks right now. So he's big on the wheelbarrow walks. So yeah.
Old school. I like it.
Yeah.
Hey, great to talk to you. Safe travels, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you. You guys have a great day. Miss y'all.
That's JJ. He's got the Jags and the Texans coming up. One of his old teams there. Had the Colts and the Steelers. And Burnley. Burnley is out of relegation, Seton?
I think so, yeah. That was a Espanol hat that he was wearing, too. So he's got a little foot in Spain, foot in England. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.